The playoffs are here, and you can predict the action all the way to the finals with FanDuel Predicts. Predict the spread, the total points, and even the game-winning moments that make the playoffs. Sign up and get a $25 bonus with FanDuel Predicts.
Offered by FanDuel Prediction Markets, LLC, a registered futures commission merchant. 18-plus bonus is non-withdrawable and expires 7 days after receipt. Trading derivatives involves significant risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Manage your activity with their consumer protection tools. Restrictions apply. See terms at FanDuel.com/predicts/bonus-offer-terms.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me. Taxi. Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Tonight on the Rita Cosby Show, stunning developments over the weekend at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. A dinner I've been to many, many times. I know that hotel inside and out. I have been there so many times. And when I think about what happened this weekend, I think security was so lax. I think there were so many problems. The guy went down 10 flights of stairs. He brought in weapons across the country. Apparently, we're hearing now that some volunteer walked in on him, creating the gun, putting the gun together. There are so many questions tonight. And what if this was a more orchestrated or a more sophisticated attacker? What if it was a group of Iranian terrorists? Think about in Mumbai, there were, I think it was about 9 or 10 terrorists that came into the Taj Mahal Hotel. And they took over the hotel for days. They killed over 170 people. They injured 300 people. And that's why I say what happened over the weekend at the Hilton Hotel, called the Hinckley Hilton, because that is where Ronald Reagan had the assassination attempt against him in 1981. And that's why the president goes underneath. I've gone through that entrance where everything happened with Reagan and Hinckley many times. And it's now changed, obviously, since 1981. I didn't start going there till quite a bit later. But I know exactly that entranceway. I know the doors. I know the red carpet. I know exactly the stairs where the attacker was. And I know where the magnetometer was because it's been in the same place for so many years. And to me, this was a catastrophe in so many ways. But they got lucky because the guy didn't have a suicide vest. He didn't have a grenade. He wasn't a sophisticated attacker. Obviously, he planned and he plotted. I don't think he's going to be able to use the insanity defense in any way, shape, or form. That is a zero chance, guys, because he planned methodically. We're hearing today from our buddy Judge Jeanine Pirro that he booked the hotel on April 6th. The event was April 25th. And then he takes the train from California to Chicago and then Chicago to Washington, D.C., loaded for bear. This was plotting. This was methodical. This wasn't some whim, spontaneous issue. So he's going to have a hard time. He's got the manifesto that he apparently sent to his sister and brother, where he said he wanted to take down Trump administration officials from the top down. And that's why he got charged today with the attempted assassination against the president of the United States. And that's why this guy put him in a jail where he is right now and throw away the key. This guy will never see the light of day. Welcome to the Rita Cosby Show. You can tell that I am venting tonight because I know that place well. And I am outraged that the president of the United States, someone I've known for decades, that this man has to be so concerned for a crazy person who I believe became radicalized like many other smart, because this guy's smart. If you look at his background, he had a whole bunch of degrees. He had a whole bunch of very prestigious internships, radicalized online and with some of these groups. And I think those who are spewing this hateful, horrible rhetoric that we hear from so many Democrats, especially across this country, I think they bear responsibility. They have incited a cauldron, and sadly, there are a lot more Cole Allens out there, and that's what concerns me tonight. They got lucky that they were able to stop this guy, that he was running. There are reports that maybe he tripped and fell, and luckily, he was stopped. But what if he had an explosive on him, even though he was the floor above the president of the United States, the ballroom that had him and so many people in the cabinet all in one location? Talk about succession. All these different individuals were there. You got the vice president, you had Speaker Mike Johnson, you had all these people in one room, and you had more than 2,000 plus journalists in there too as well. And that guy, according to his manifesto, said he would not stop taking out essentially anybody that was in his way to get to these individuals. So that is darn right frightening. This could have been a mass casualty event. And luckily, the guy saw the magnetometers, so that was good. And the Secret Service guys tackled him, or he fell and then they tackled him. Either way, they were able to stop him, and that is the great news. But the sad thing is, this president still has quite a bit of time in office, and he is definitely receiving the most threats of any president I have seen in my lifetime. And we have to do something to protect the president of our country and his family, and also all those members of the cabinet. And what I saw over the weekend was a woeful, sad display.